This is Devil's Ruin, an exotic solar sidearm that comes with its own built-in trace/fusion rifle, depending on how you look at it. The Destiny 2 community has always rode this weird bandwagon around this sidearm being meta, but I for one always saw through that, knowing that it was just another exotic set to collect dust in many people's vaults, or just straight to dismantling. But if you want to know a bandwagon that wouldn't be weird to ride on, being a subscriber to my YouTube channel. If you want to be a cool kid, please consider subscribing. If you do, your crush might just reconsider rejecting you, and it will help me achieve every goal I have in life, literally. Now, since the buffs that Bungie has bestowed upon us in the mid-season patch, making all sidearms receive a 20% base damage increase, which in turn makes sidearms the new kings of DPS amongst primary weapons, Devil's Ruin is now actually usable. In fact, I would say that it destroys the competition within the sidearm family. For this sidearm's exotic perk, Close the Gap, looks like a trace rifle laser, but I would compare the DPS and the damage more to a fusion rifle than anything else, especially since it requires the player to charge it up first, much like your typical fusion rifle. But let's get into the damage. While using Close the Gap on Devil's Ruin on basic red bar enemies, odd testing I know, but the buffs only count towards orange and red bar enemies, so to continue we must. So again, while using Close the Gap on red bar enemies, a singular crit goes for 10,673 for 15 ticks of damage, totaling out to 160,095 damage, which is the equivalent of just shooting a rocket at a red bar enemy. It's a bit overkill, I know, but this is a laser we're talking about, fellas. You can do either single target damage or a massive sweeping motion for damage, just getting those red bars out of there, you know? Now, is any of this relevant? Short version? No, not really, because all of these patch note buffs only work on red bar enemies, and though it helps to have high DPS for any type of enemy, it's mainly crucial for enemies that are only rank champion, mini boss, or boss. And again, these buffs exclude specifically those guys. But in the end of the day, no matter how endgame your endgame is, rest assured that Devil's Ruin will be destroying red bars and orange bar enemies all the same. It's great on ad clear, and it's alright on DPS for the more beefier enemies, such as champions and bosses. And saying that it is a solar sidearm, it's got the whole shebang going for it with the infinite restoration/radiant build, when pairing it with Ember of Empyrean. Now, reasons that might tickle your fancy on why you should consider bringing this weapon into your next Grandmaster goes as follows. For the main reason that Destiny 2's endgame content is the content that players strive to go for. And it goes without saying that red bar enemies are just beefier over there, and you can get by with a standard legendary sidearm, but you will be excluding the 40% additional damage by simply not opting into making your primary an exotic. So you have the option to do better for your ad clear with Devil's Ruin. I'll throw money that this thing will out DPS any legendary sidearm in Destiny 2. And speaking of endgame content, that leads to reason number 2. This weapon comes with intrinsic unstoppable rounds via the laser, so that's just more reason going for this weapon. And to top everything off, it's something new to try. I know that there's a little Devil's Ruin cult out there, and they will say that I've been using it since D1 and it's the most busted thing ever, or whatever. And I'm gonna be real with you guys, this sidearm has never been good. Up until now, that is. So now is as good of a time as it gets when it comes to giving this thing a try. Break away from the meta just for a second, fellas, and embrace being knee-deep in Grandmaster level ads. It's more fun than one would give credit for, trust me. Also, one last thing. There is an argument that could be made for Mechaneer's trick sleeves, but it's not gonna come from me. Hunters, just know that these things still exist. Now, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and if you have, why not stick around for more? Like this video, subscribe, comment how big of an idiot I am. You know the routine. And amongst all things, do check out this video that I have personally recommended just for you. I did make it for you. I'll see you on over there. Peace.